What's going on, everybody? Bitcoin Chris checking in once again. Happy Tuesday. And what I'm going to be going over is a few things before we jump into the Bitcoin price. So I follow this individual named Derek Grace, right? And he can be a little brash, right? He can be a little, let's just say, forward, to say the least. But he posted a video on the 21st, and in the video he was talking about, pretty much just living in the present, guys. A lot of us, he had a lot of great points, so I want to touch on a couple of those points. A lot of us live in the past, and we also live in the future, right? A lot of us do not live in the present. We need to stop worrying about the past, right? Because even I'm guilty of this, which is why I wanted to talk about it. We hold on to those trauma and things that happened to us in the past, right? And sometimes we project those things onto other people, probably to our detriment, right? So it's not a good thing to do that, but some people are better than others at releasing trauma and releasing, that pain and that hurt. So he was saying, just because someone isn't perfect doesn't mean that they're not for you, or just because somebody messes up, or if someone lashes out due to a trauma response due to them holding on to pain from the past. You could really be passing up an opportunity and the experience of loving someone because you're too caught up in them being perfect. So that word perfect, a lot of people look for that perfect partner, look for that perfect individual, look for that perfect person, but I'm here to tell you, nobody's perfect, no relationship is perfect. So I wanted to drop that knowledge, because that actually stuck with me a lot as well. The second thing I wanted to talk about is, he also mentioned living in the future. A lot of people worry about things that are not even going to happen. A lot of people are like, so you're kind of causing, two things can happen from worrying about the future. One, you can actually manifest that thing that you're worried about, right? Because you're constantly thinking about it. And if you guys know about the law of attraction, whatever you resist persists. So you just got to be careful what you're thinking about. You can actually manifest those things by constantly thinking about it. The second thing about that is, in the future, it might not even happen, right? So if you're worried about things that might not even happen, you're stressing yourself out for no reason. So you're worried about things that might not even happen. So now you're just stressed out for no reason, guys. You're just worried about things that you don't need to be worried about. So I thought that was a great point and a great take that he was talking about. And I wanted to share that with you guys. Not only that, nobody's perfect, and he actually touched on a couple different things. So I'm going to make a couple different videos going over what he went over. But in the meantime, I want you guys to just focus on those two things. The first thing is, again, don't worry about the past and don't worry about the future, guys. You cannot change the past. And no amount of money, and not even the richest person on planet Earth can go back to yesterday. So don't worry about yesterday. It's gone. Live in the present moment. Do the best you can today. A lot of people had plans to wake up this morning, and they didn't. So nobody knows when their last breath is going to be. So it's very important that you live your life to the fullest while you're here today. Love on people today. I've been saying this as well. Especially with the passing of one of my business partners randomly. Life is really precious, guys. And I think that message really stuck out to me about, really living in the present. You never know when your last breath is going to be. You never know what's going to happen, right? You could die at any time, right? You could be driving down the street and you get in a bad accident. So a lot of things could happen. So you got to love on your family members, love on your friends, tell everybody that you love them, continue to love them. Make sure you love your kids, right? Make sure you if you have kids, make sure you love on your kids, because it's already a rough world out here. They don't need you as a parent being extra tough, you know. Of course, tough love is, there's a time and a place for everything, but, you know, love on your kids, you know. It's rough out here, and, you know, a lot of things that the kids are going through. Because I remember being a kid, you know, and, you know, it was tough back then, you know. We actually had lots of school fights and all that stuff too, and I'm sure that goes on now. But I mean, just to have that extra love when you got home, you know. Not saying that I didn't get love when I got home, but, you know, that extra love for kids. And I feel like nowadays more parents are too focused on this phone and on work that they don't pay enough attention to their kids. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the Bitcoin price, and I'll go over more of what Derek said in another video. So let's jump into the Bitcoin price, guys. All right, we'll see how long this takes to load. We're jumping into the Bitcoin price. But in the meantime, let's jump to Twitter. Let me close that out and jump into Twitter real quick. Make sure you head over to Twitter and follow me at ChrisKnight407. Make sure you guys head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get your $10 free Bitcoin. I think because my phone is super hot because of the sun, and it's acting a little crazy, so make sure that you follow me on Twitter. Let's get back to Telegram. Telegram trading view. Come on. There it is. All right, as you can see here, we're on the 17-minute chart. Let's go up to the hourly chart. We are starting to come up on the market cipher indicators. RSI, stochastic RSI, pointing up. Those are these two lines. We got the VWAP, which is the yellow line, pointing up. We got the momentum waves, white line pointing up. Blue is also the momentum waves, and that is starting to shift up. So momentum is turning up. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see in this hourly candle, we are coming up. Looks like we're about to come above these candles. These moving averages, these EMA lines. So this is really good. As you can see here, we're starting to get above these lines. I'll go ahead and put an alert. I already have an alert set for, I should already have an alert set for, I don't know, I think we already hit that alert. So let me put in another alert here. Once we get above 27.7, I'll send out that alert on Twitter. Make sure you're following on Twitter. Also 27.9, I'll put an alert there as well. And just in case we come back down, I already have an alert down there. Okay, cool. So that's on the hourly, looking pretty good. Let's jump to the 4-hour. 4-hour, we are starting to come up to on these ribbons. You know, these ribbons, as soon as we came down below those ribbons, you see that? Starting to sell off. We got the red diamond starting to sell off. And we're below the moving average, which is 28,000. So I think we could possibly come up here. Let's see how this plays out. Let's look at the market cipher indicator. Market cipher starting to turn up, curve up a little bit. We got the momentum turning up. We got VWAP turning up. RSI, stochastic RSI, looks like it's starting to turn up as well. So this is looking pretty good. This can be a bullish divergence because of this right here. Boom, boom. So this is looking pretty good on the 4-hour. We'll have to see how that plays out. And the final chart we're looking at here is the daily chart. Daily chart is looking like VWAP is starting to turn up. Momentum waves is still heading down. However, Let's see. Stochastic RSI and regular RSI is looks like it's turning down just a little bit. However, this could change. Let's look at the chart here. All right, we're wicking, so wicks are good. Wicks towards the bottom of the candle is good because that is showing buying, right? So as you can see here, it just turned green. We got some buys down here, so I think we are going to possibly squeeze the shorts. We'll see how this plays out, but you know, keep a lookout for those alerts, guys. And let's look at the 30-minute chart. That'll be the final chart we'll look at today. We got a green dot above the green candle, so that's looking pretty good. Above the moving average EMAs, which is looking pretty good. And then finally we have green dot on market cipher that went into effect at about 11:30. VWAP pointing up, momentum waves pointing up, and as you can see here, RSI and stochastic RSI pointing up. So looking pretty good on the 30-minute chart as well. So I think we're going to pump, much needed rally. And with that being said, you know, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram at ChrisKnight407. You know, keep updated. You know, live your life, guys. Don't pass up a great opportunity to love someone, and to just care about someone, you know, because they're not perfect, you know. Nobody's perfect, guys. So remember that. Remember to stack up Bitcoin. A lot of people get upset about this money, right? About money that we work so hard for, right? And they're literally devaluing the value of our money each and every day. You know, we work so hard, and a lot of people slave for the dollars. People are killing for pieces of paper, right? They're killing for dollars. They're committing suicide over money. You know, they're doing a lot of crazy stuff because of this fiat currency, guys. So don't fall into that system. Don't fall victim to that. You know, think smarter. You guys are fighting over pieces of paper that's losing value, guys. Don't do that. You know, buy some Bitcoin and chill. If you're going to diversify into other assets, you know, go ahead and do so. Another thing I want to jump on is one of the tweets I mentioned. I said that I own some Louis Vuitton, right? So I want you guys to start thinking like this, right? If you have an Apple iPhone, buy some Apple stock, right? If you have Louis Vuitton, you know, Louis V has they own Moet, they own Hennessy, they own Chanel, they own all these luxury brands, right? And people with money are going to continue to buy these things. So I would recommend that you buy into certain assets if you're going to diversify, such as stocks, such as, you know, LVMH. I think that's the correct ticker. I tweeted it. No, it doesn't matter. Go look it up. You know, if you own a Microsoft phone or a Google phone, you know, buy Google. You know, it's another good thing is to buy stocks that pay you a dividend. That way you got some cash flow. Use that cash flow from the dividends to buy more Bitcoin. You know, if you're going to diversify into real estate, diversify into real estate. You know, if you're going to buy gold, okay, boomer, buy you gold. If you're going to buy silver, you know, buy what you think is best for you. But, you know, I think the most reasonable and the most scarce asset on planet Earth is Bitcoin. You know, you guys already know, Bitcoin tatted, I got no fear. So we're going to continue to stack away. Make sure you head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get $10 free Bitcoin. Make sure you guys love each other. Stop being so evil. Stop being so mean. You know. And enjoy this day. You woke up this morning. Slow down there, partner. Slow there. Anyways, much love, you guys. I'm in Little Italy right now. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bitcoin Chris checking out. Peace.